Pac-12 goalkeeper of the year.
That was, first of all, beautiful fast break opportunity for Cornell, but an even more lovely save by Pearson. Quick hands on that one.
Back at full strength now. So Cornell can settle in and play some 7-on-7 defense.
Different than what we saw against Brown. It looks like Cornell is playing a little bit tighter. Even though they are playing zone, there were a few games against Brown where they really were just losing their girls.
Oki tries to shovel her past Horner, and she does. How about this freshman for Stanford? A 6th goal for Martha Oki on the season, and the freshman from Charlottesville, Virginia, has made it an early 1-0 lead for Stanford here at Sholkoff Field.
Stanford goal scored by number 15, Martha Oki. Oki unassisted at the 7:30.
Bit on that 5-hole with that shot, that last shot to put Stanford up 1-0.
We mentioned Martha Oki, a freshman. It's a really young Stanford team compared by most conventional roster building wisdoms. Only 4 seniors, 19 total freshmen and sophomore on this team.
Yeah, compared to the Cornell roster, the Cornell starting lineup, who has primarily upperclassmen, Stanford has, again, quite a few underclassmen that are stepping right into big roles and playing for Stanford.
How about a junior making some big waves for Cornell in Dylan Patton, who picks up another cross turnover and ground ball. Caitlin Slamenko all by herself, and she keeps her stick hot.
Wouldn't have come from anybody else but Slamenko to get Cornell on the board in that timeout, or in that immediate timeout. Both teams huddled up. Beautiful pass from Patton, and Slamenko taking the 1v1.
Getting around Alyssa Baldwin.
Wow, she is all over the place, Caitlin, right here, and I'm here for it.
How much does Cornell want to push with Maggie Ponce? Decided to step into the 8-meter for a second, couldn't draw a foul, so Cornell will settle down into their offensive set.
Yep, they're still getting all their women on. Ike coming in, Emily Icabellas coming in right now.
You'll see Travis also getting a bit of run on the offensive end as well.
So interesting on the draw circle that we knew that this was going to be the conversation today. They're going to be rotating a bunch of women in there, and Cornell doing the same thing.
Oh, how did that get in? Oh my God, it was Slamenko. Ponce somehow found Slamenko. I don't know how you figure out and try and break down how this happened, but it still somehow found the back of the net. Holy moly.
That was an amazing quick stick.
Let's take a look at this again. It's Ponce who somehow just pushes this inside, and Slamenko passes it in. Incredible play for just getting bailed out there. Couldn't quite tell you what exactly the next call is. Looks like it might be a green card, actually, that's getting called for potentially offside. Because Vogel is sitting for a minute, so it looks like it's an offside call.
Interesting. Maybe she stepped over on the ride. I was watching the ball carrier, but yeah, there was no foul on the ball carrier, yeah. So I was a little bit confused.
So you assume most likely that's an offside call.
Possibly.
And that will earn the green card. So this is the 3rd Stanford power play of the day. Cardinal coming up quiet on both of them. One a free position to hit the post, and another on a turnover. This time a dunk into the middle, and there's Jordan Case.
Wide open in the middle there, and nice composure by Case to catch and then shoot and not freak out before she had that ball in her stick.
And on the assist, there's Elise Murphy, the Brighton, New York native.
Down in the offensive end, I do have to say. It looks like there's a bit of pushing and shoving by both teams at this point, but Cornell definitely has to clean it up.
Far right hash for Virginia Zapital. Doesn't like the angle, so she'll back off. Still plenty of time on the shot clock for the Cardinal, and the ball checked out of Poisky's stick. That time, nothing called, and the ball is going to go over to Cornell.
Another great check. Caused turnover by Caitlin Tully, the captain of this team. She has been on fire already, and we are only in the first quarter.
Slamenko, does she want to push some tempo? She does, and Caitlin Slamenko already with a first quarter hat trick.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. And I have to say that started at the defensive end, okay? The women on the defensive end they've been forcing some turnovers. Ellie Horner's been
maybe going a little too quickly on the restart.
Lexi Tully had the momentum. I think they had a cross the body reach with the stick, and so they're going to put her on the 8-meter.
Far right hash for Lexi Tully, the younger sister of Caitlin Tully, who's had an excellent game so far today. Still 68 seconds on the shot clock. Don't necessarily need a shot, and that's what Tully will do. Smart move. As Vogel will make her way inside the 8-meter, but back off. You can already tell the Lexi Tully plays much more mature than her age shows right now.
Absolutely. She's the only freshman that's made some appearances regularly in this Cornell lineup so far. And she's got a very bright future for this team.
What about Maggie Pons? Already has a bright future as the sun shines at Sholkoff Field. It's a 4-2 lead for the Big Red.
Really nice isolation play here. She knows that she can beat her defender, and the slide came a little.
Against Brown. This time it's Lexi Tully who picks up the draw control.
Great ground ball hustle on the circle there.
She'll earn a restart as well. Still hounded by players. Loses the ball. And a sea of black jerseys around Lexi Tully. Eventually the ball's picked up by the Stanford Cardinals. So it's a great job from Stanford after using the initial draw to battle right back and wrestle the possession away.
They had her pinched on the sideline there. She didn't have a lot of room to move.
Marsari with a beautiful reception on a downfield pass. And the clear is successful for Stanford. Murphy gets inside the 8-meter and scores past the low corner of Horner. Great individual dodge by Elise Murphy. And Stanford's back within 1.
Good take by Murphy there. She's, again, just from X, she rolled, and it just slow,
Neither team has failed to clear yet. That's going to continue. Leah Pawliski, 23 goals. No goals on Friday against Syracuse, and still nothing to show for her efforts today.
She's in the middle there.
Dever. Whistle's going to blow. So a free position coming up for Lindsay Dever. Ridgewood, New Jersey sophomore, number 9 in black. It's on the far right hash. She'll shoot, and another shot past the low corner of Horner.
Good shot placement by Dever there. Shooting far pipe. She had the low angle, so she wants to shoot far pipe, and it's just too much space to travel for Ellie Horner.
That's where all the shots have been going past Horner, past the low corner. Most of them too.
I think they're going to look to maybe opt to get Mackenzie in for a little bit.
You can see right now at the top of your screen, number 44 in white is warming up on the sidelines. When does the coaching staff, if at all, decide to turn to her?
I think, again, what the coaching staff has said all season long is it's a great problem to have, is to have 2 goalies that they are super confident in. And so it's not anything against Horner. It's just looking at a different option. It's the same strategy as changing up the draw control. If you need possession, if you need saves, you got to look to different, you got to switch it up and look to different options.
Well, now can the Cornell offense generate a little bit of breathing room as well? Game tied up at 4. Alexa Donahoe will make that breathing room happen, and another assist from Ella Wilmot.
Great assist by Ella Wilmot. I was just about to talk about her because she's been a little quiet today. I think she's on Stanford's radar too. They're playing very tough on her, but she frees up her hands a little bit, and a beautiful finish by
Patton inside, looking for a cutting Wilmot, who couldn't quite handle the hot pass. Does pick up the ground ball and retreat. Halfway through the power play. Slamenko thought about a journey, but backed off.
Stanford doing a really good job making Cornell, working it around. Everybody touches.
Wilmot. 10 seconds left in the power play. If the shot's not there, you don't necessarily have to force it, but that will expire the power play.
They still have 30 seconds on the shot clock, but the power play is done.
And Maggie Pons will take advantage of the transition out of the power play to extend Cornell's lead back to 2.
Great backdoor cut by Pons.
It's a great find from Burgeon as well. Right on top of the 8 meter to see Pons marked all alone. Nobody around there. Right on. And Burgeon and Pons take right advantage of that.
It's a good point, Christian. You still have that maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds for somebody sprinting in from the box to be even.
Cameron Travis back inside the draw circle. She's battling against Dakota Uwe. Cornell has had the control of the draw so far, 7-4. And Travis goes a little bit too early.
I was watching Amanda Lawson and Dylan Patton on the draw circle right there. They were giving each other the business. They were bumping each other and trying to box out. And I'm surprised the ref didn't stop the clock for it, or stop the game and give them each a warning right there.
Shot inside, a score from Madigan Miller. Not much any goalie could do about that, right in front of Clark. And Miller, the pass finding her right on the crease.
Quick answer by that Stanford offense. You know, quick restart on the draw and then just streaming down a nice
Percentage.
Here comes Jordan Case.
Stanford trying to move quickly.
Shooting space call. Good call by the referees to see that. Shooting space is when the offensive player, a defensive player gets in the shooting lane of the offensive player, and it's a safety issue.
Outside the 8 meter free position for Martha Oki.
That's a low angle, so that's a smart decision.
Does decide to back off. As Kaylee Summers is absolutely hounded, and a restart will go the way of Stanford. Poliski left alone for a second. Communication breakdown there for Cornell. That's the last person on Stanford you want to leave alone.
Wow. And I think after watching the Syracuse game and not seeing her get a goal, I was not even expecting that shot to come. She shot that. That was a rip from the 8 meter. Wow, what a can.
Stanford offensive end. The ball being passed around the 12 meter. Case searching for her options. Stanford needs to get a shot off, as there's about a 15-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
They are taking their time. One step back.
Never stepped inside the 8 meter, but forced away by Dylan Patton.
Great defense by Patton.
But
Very
here comes
aggressive.
Powiski. There's the white jerseys to
Not
meet
there.
number 24 in black. Powiski will feed inside the 8 meter and a score. Ava Arceri joins the scoring party, and it's the 7th different goal scorer for Stanford today to take their first lead.
Not surprising. I would think that if you're not drawing up a set play for Arceri, that she is going to be the one you're looking for, her or Poliski.
For neither team failed to clear in the first half.
We got to talk a little bit about fatigue too at this point. Both of these teams playing, 2 games in a matter of 36 hours this weekend.
Dylan Patton sticking the passing lane. Powiski just picks it up, but that's wastes some time off the clock. Powiski trail checked by Caitlin Tully. Martha Oki unfortunately pushes it out of bounds. Cornell ball.
Great trail check by Caitlin Tully, and Poliski needs to, and another trail check right there back.
Riley Bouvier battling with Cameron Travis. And now Eva Arceri has it. Danger here. Arceri, the bouncer past Horner.
That was an unlucky chain of events for Cornell with a nice turnover, but then a failed clear there on the defensive end. And Arceri, just not the Stanford player that Cornell wants to pick that up and slam it down Horner's throat there.
Ball on the turf, but still controlled by Lexi Rodell.
Nice strip by Annie Parker there. She's another one that we haven't spoken much about, but she is all over the field doing a really good job.
The rip and score outside of the arc from Aaliyah Powiski. Oh, one of the most impressive players in Division I women's lacrosse grabs her second goal of the day.
Again, you cannot give her an inch. She gets a little bit of room, cranking the rock.
From Powiski makes her way into the 8-meter. She's trying to buy some contact over the ball. What is the call from the officials? Looks like Powiski's getting granted the free position. Now, still a minute on the power play. She doesn't necessarily have to go for the shot here against Horner.
Yeah, again, we've seen her rip it from this far out.
It is going to be a rip. And another score for Leah Powiski. No goals against Syracuse on Friday. A hat trick for her today. And Stanford's the first to 10.
That goal is a really pretty goal. I mean, she has some crazy firepower behind that shot there. It is, if you can see, she doesn't even take a crow hop. She does just.
Powiski once again tried to rip from outside the 8-meter and just missed wide right.
Looked like Ellie Horner had a good read on that one, was ready for it.
Murphy feeding inside for Arceri. And a whistle is going to be called.
That's frustrating for the defense. That's frustrating for the defense. They're playing a good job. They're crashing. They're doing what they need to do.
Arceri will just back it off. Only halfway through the shot clock. Tries the different angle, and she'll score. Ava Arceri joins Powiski with the hat tricks for the Stanford Cardinal.
Yeah, she had Horner moving there, and I mean, look, Cornell sent the double into those tougher games against Yale, against Boston College, and the scouting, watching the scouting report, watching her play against Cuse, she's the real deal, and she's a junior, and so she does have some D1. She's got playing experience under her belt, but she's been very good today. Nice save there by Ellie Horner.
It'll be a fourth save for Horner. It took her a bit to get into the game, but certainly did what she could to keep Cornell within striking distance. Can Josie Vogel try and create some quick offense? We'll take it for Caitlin Slaminko, and Slaminko will get her fourth goal.
So good read on the uneven situation there, and a pretty easy goal for Slam there. Good decision by Vogel to dish it. And honestly, the